The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Atta boy,
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Root Sports. Scott's back, everybody. Scott, how you feeling, man?
I'm all right. I should open my beer, though. First day of school over here. Forgetting the most basic stuff. I don't have my hat on. Okay,
you don't have the hat on. Your cheeks are chroma keying out. You don't have beer. It's
first day show. Probably.
You know, you come back from vacation and it's different, man. It's a new.
We'll move my office chair. Always with the office chair when you come back from fucking vacation. Somebody always steals your goddamn chair.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right? You wait until somebody's on vacation, then you're like, I'm getting that chair. Like, chair. There is nothing wrong with that at all, Scott. That is office politics 101. Somebody steals your chair when you go on vacation. You just got to wait for the next person to go on vacation now. Then you get their chair.
I hate that shit. I'm not going to. Tomorrow morning, that'll be the first task. First task. I'm getting my shit back. I'm like, welcome back. I'm like, yeah, cool. Where's my chair? Which one of you fucks? Which one of you toothless fucks stole my chair?
Toothless fucks. You're all saying, I remember my first podcast.
Seriously, I do. I do. There's stick mics in that couch. It was weird.
It was weird. Me and you just casting couch style. Like, hey, man,
we should have started the first podcast with don't. Like, that should have been how the first podcast started.
I don't understand that reference.
Oh, good. Neither do I.
Hey, Mookie, how you doing, man?
I don't know, man. My fruits and vegetables didn't really quite go down great, but I'll get through it. I can feel like one of them like stuck in my throat here. It's
It's a carrot.
Slow burn.
Pre-show, let's peek behind the curtain, everybody. So pre-show, Mookie revealed to us that he takes pills that are basically dehydrated fruits and vegetables, and that counts as his fruits and vegetable servings for the day because he's an adult who won't eat fruits and vegetables. So he takes them in pill form. Like,
wait a minute, back up, because I thought I missed the part where it was a pill. I thought he was like drinking it, like actual like.
No, it's like little capsules. Little capsules.
I thought you were drinking like the green juice. It was just, all
mashed together. I don't know why they don't put it in liquid form. That's a lot easier. But again, when you're cramming,
it's called a smoothie. That's exactly what that is. It's a smoothie.
Well, see, I'm not gonna make it. Like, if I can't be bothered to eat like just a raw vegetable off the counter because I have to take it in pill form, like clearly I'm not putting effort in to make a smoothie. Facts. Yeah, but you know what? That just kind of sums up the last week or so. It's been a whirlwind, but you just put your head down and grind, man. The only way out is through, and we're here to talk some beefy 5-layer burritos. That's always a good time.
Wow.
Too soon?
Nope, not too soon at all.
Still
soon. Wasn't sure if we should start there, but we do have a story about a Twitter user that made another terrible bet. Involving beefy 5-layer burritos that we do have to talk about. Reggie Bush is suing everybody. Reggie Bush is coming out and just guns ablazing, suing the entire world. I guess we should talk about Brett Favre, maybe also Arthur Blank doing some Arthur Blank things. We've got the video of the people getting a Shohei's 50th ball that I want to go through and talk about that. And also we got to talk Mookie, his favorite baseball player, CJ Abrams, and what happened there.
Oh boy.
Before we do that, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. We're rating them on Caesar's scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what is in your mug tonight, dog or no dog?
You miss 1 week and all the pumpkin comes off the shelf. Like, it was just eradicated. I thought, I'll get back and we'll still. No, it was done. So disappointed in the pumpkin selection. And everything else, we're back again with Blue Moon Scoop, the slushy sour from 450 North. It's dog then, dog now. Guessing it'll stay a dog throughout the show. So
It's a
We're
450.
re-racking,
We know it's gonna be a dog. It's always a dog from 450 North. By the way, I love you're still rocking the dugout mugs. Bat mug, Scott.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I would never like it, of all the sponsorships we've had on the show. That one has been the best one, the most fruitful one.
Do they still get you? Because I still get the text messages.
They haven't gotten me in a while, but they've come close a couple times. Their new products do always tempt me. I try not to open the emails if I'm being honest. They got because if I see any sort of discount and new logo, it's over for me.
Well said for half of that.
I was gonna say I don't know what happened midway through that. It just like stopped the audio.
It just
I think
cut out.
I'm sure.
Producer Joe decided that we needed to hear that dope bass line instead of nonsense.
Yeah, they just potted you down, Scott. I don't know why.
Well, I'll be fucked. I guess I'll go back to Mexico.
Mookie, what are you drinking tonight? Dog or no dog?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm gonna give it my best shot at this, but it is Oolong Kolsch from Ordinem Eccentricity Coke Torres. Yeah.
Come again?
Yeah.
One more time. Let's do that one more time. Go ahead. Try it more.
Oolong Kolsch. I think that's right. I feel good about that. But it's
be confident. Just with confidence.
Okay, with confidence. With the Mike Berlana effect here. Okay.
Yeah.
Ordinem Eccentricity Cockroaches.
It sounds great.
Yeah, great.
Cock rings. You got the eccentric cock rings brewery.
Can I reserve judgment though? Because just like the name, the flavor itself is also pretty confusing, and there's a lot to work through. But I think it's a dog, but I'm not. I don't know. There's some stuff in there I don't quite understand.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we'll hold off. The classic. We'll wait and see. We'll see how it holds up.
I don't want to pass up the opportunity to mention that Peanuts glass you're drinking that beer.
Oh yeah,
that's a baller ass glass.
That is pretty Charlie Brown.
Yeah,
it's strong. You know, it's the Christmas edition because this is the
yes.
Yeah. So
I like that.
We are a Peanuts household. You know, like our second bathroom is completely decked out in Peanuts garb because Snoopy's my dog. Pun not intended, but appreciated.
It is a sweet mug. That you're rocking there. All right, let's check the comment section, see what you guys are drinking. Gabe is drinking Breakfast Junkie, a fruited Berliner Weiss style ale with blueberry, cinnamon, and maple syrup from Heist Brewery, 5% ABV. So he says it's a dog. There you go, Scott. There's the types of sours. That's the intro to sour, is the Berliner Weiss style. Like that gets
is that
for sours.
Oh yeah, I mean I had plenty of that. I didn't realize that those were sours and training wheels, but that'll definitely steer you in the direction.
Especially if it's got blueberry, cinnamon, and maple syrup.
Yeah, man, that's a heavy hitter. I like that one.
5% though. 5%. I'm like,
yeah, but it didn't drink it smooth though. I mean, you don't have to worry about it being too hard.
That's a good point.
Like that Imperial breakfast ale that I had that had similar ingredients. It was good, but on the back end, you were so just like, woo! That's boozy. Like maple syrup with bourbon on the back end. Like it's good, but it's a lot.
What's wrong with that? I see no problem.
Nothing. I just
that sounds like a good Saturday morning to me. Just chugging maple syrup and bourbon. I think that's a good way to get the week started. Rex is drinking Voodoo Ranger Juice Force. Oh, that is a dog, Rex. I agree with you. That beer is fantastic. I love Juice Force. Robert Taylor says he's sick. Sorry to hear that, man. He says no drinking, but he is staring at an Untitled Art Juicy Brewing Blueberry Upside Down Fruited Sour that he wishes he was drinking. I'm sure it's a dog that's 6% ABV. He says, that sounds amazing. That bar is just drinking some high quality H2O. It's been a long week already. Hydrate or die.
Robert, I do want to hear you describe the beer that you're looking at, though. Like, take us on that journey, because I feel like you've got some wonderful words for us on that.
That's a lot of reading for me. Unless you want to read it, Mookie.
I'd love to read. I read all the time. I read a lot of books, you guys. Like, I don't think you understand.
Scott,
that's a bold-faced lie, by the way. I've been reading the same book for the last 2 summers on the beach. I'm still not done.
Scott Tyson said, anytime we can't hear Scott, it's good podcasting.
I mean, there's no lies detected.
Hold on. I got to get this ready because do you guys see Tyson's icon?
Yes, I do see Tyson's icon.
It is an armless man that's wearing a shirt that says "Relax, I'm unarmed."
It's a good picture. It's a good picture. I like that one. Rex wanting to know, is chugging bourbon and whiskey how you prep for college football Saturday? Absolutely. That's also how I deal with college football Saturday. Whenever Notre Dame has to play a MAC school, that's just how you get through. Is just plenty of bourbon and whiskey and tears. There's tears as well. Sarah said she just got home. She's drinking a little something. Y'all have to do your show beer next week because I'm on vacation the next 2 weeks after that. All right, there you go, fellas. We're going to have to get together and get those tortilla beers to you guys so that do that next week. Gabe also pointing out, Mookie, you forgot that he's got the 69 on his hat and Tyson's.
Yes, that is very accurate. You're right. Thank you for stepping in and correcting that.
Mook, I went with your beer from last week. I got the Hops and Robbers, the dry hopped IPA, lots of Cascade. This is a dog for sure. Good old fashioned IPA, not this new fruited and hazy. This is just a dry
old man segment of the league.
Say that again.
There's your old man segment of the league. We got our classic IPAs over here. How old are we that IPAs are now old enough to be like classic?
Back in my day, it wasn't hazy and New England style. You had a bunch of hops and it made your breath smell like shit for 3 days. All right, that's what an IPA did.
We enjoyed our IPAs and brushed our teeth 12 times afterwards and still could taste them like a real man.
I mean, you guys used to rate it.
Your grapefruit and your mango and your papaya. Not in my day. In my day, it was hops. And you know what you did with the hops? You put more hops in. And then you got more hops. And then it tasted like shit and you liked it. All right? That's how we drank our IPAs.
It's so true.
That's how we liked IPA. That's how we learned to like it. Was just like, well, hold your nose and just get used to this. Because
God.
Enjoy these pine needles. Go ahead.
Did you ever actually do multiple brushes before bed, or was that a full-on bit? Is that ruining the show? Is that taking the mystique away?
There was times where I felt like it needed 2 brushes before bed because you would brush your teeth and you're like, nah, that's still
you could still kind of taste it. Like that, the bitterness.
That's not a bad thing, though.
Is what, But then you've got toothpaste, and then you got toothpaste and hoppy bitterness. Like it's. No.
And then the worst was then if you only did one and you woke up in the morning, it was just like hot, fired disgustingness that you're just like, oh, now I definitely need 2 brushes. Like I can't walk out the door like this. Oh, just disgusting. Let's start off with some football, fellas. I can't start with the burrito. We can't. I don't think we could go there.
Start with the Bengals then. Is that better?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Someone texted me today a picture of a text exchange. Actually, it was my sister, and someone asked, "Hey, can you stop and get drinks on the way home?" And she just responded by sending a picture of the Bengals defense. And he responds, "Well, what does that even mean? LOL." And she goes, "It means I can't make the stop."
Yeah. I saw that.
Dude, what the fuck? What? I don't want to get us throttled, although we are 15 minutes in. So what the fuck, man? Like at this point, I don't know what the explanation is because I was saying it. Oh, it's just Chase has to get in rhythm with the offense or whatever. But like, dude, that defense is garbage.
There wasn't a single punt. There wasn't a single turnover. And they lost the game. Like all right.
Wait, so they didn't punt either?
No, there was no punts. No punts in the game. The game was I think that the stat was the first time since like 1940 that a game featured 0 punts from either team. There was a scoring attempt in every single drive. The only drives that did not end with points was the Bengals missed field goal and then the end of the half end of the game when the Commanders knelt down. Like those were the only possessions that did not result in points. Guys, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tapped out. Like I'm watching that game, and I'm watching this rookie quarterback just carve up my defense, and I'm like, it's never going to happen. I'm resigned to the fact that my team is never going to win. Like, I will never get to see one of my teams hoist a trophy. I'm accepting that fact. It feels good to not have that, like, maybe this is the year. No, never again. I will never get my hopes up. It's over. It's done. Bury it all. Like, at this point, guys, I want Mike Brown to just become Art Modell. Just pack the team up in the middle of the night and just fucking move. Like, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm finished. Whatever. If they win, great. They're not going to. Scott, am I overreacting, or is this like I'm beaten down? Like, I'm so beaten down.
No, but the idea of Jalen Daniels being the one to put the final nail in the coffin. That's the part that gets me. Like, I've endured a whole lot of embarrassing shit, a whole lot of, just things that most fans would have given up on teams years ago for. And the final nail in the coffin was Jalen Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Sure, whatever.
Put some
exactly.
Respect.
There you
Put
go.
some respect on the name of the quarterback that has caused me to give up on sports. All right. This is a week where the Reds fired David Bell with 5 games to go in the season, and then we lose to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Like, I'm done. And then Notre Dame struggles with the MAC team again. Like, I'm done.
Oh my
Done,
gosh,
man.
man.
I'm about to be Rob Lowe and just wear an NFL hat and just I hope both teams have fun. Like, that's where I'm starting to get to, is just I don't have it in me anymore.
That was actually the first in my series of I know black quarterbacks too. Jalen Daniels.
Oh, Tyson, boo. Hold on.
Boo this man!
Wait, who's getting booed? For
Tyson.
what? What happened?
And I'm not even going to explain why, because it is just so cheap, Tyson. That is the cheapest form of comedy.
I don't know what we're talking about, but
He changed his icon to match Tanks.
he did?
I was gonna say I still see the one, the 69 no
Wait,
arm.
was that Tyson that had that originally too? Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Tyson was the only. Oh wow, dude! Wow, you didn't realize that it was Tyson that had that?
I could have sworn Mike said Tank was the one that commented, and then completely skipped over. Like, I remember even thinking in my head, almost said
I lied.
like
I
Tyson.
lied. This is your old person segment of the show right here.
Hey, you know what? If Uncle Joe can get away with it, why can't I? Right?
Oh, Tyson, the lowest form of. So you also errantly gave him a boo, this man, for you fucking up. That, jeez, man, so many infractions on one play.
Like, how on
so
brand?
many infractions.
How
one
on brand
play.
is that, though, Scott? Be real.
Oh, it's 100% on brand.
No, see,
It's just amazing.
I'm
that you
just bringing it
Mookie
like I
all
do
over
every week.
yourself. Just unforced errors everywhere.
And thank you, Matt Barr, because I'm sitting here like, did I say no? Mookie said Tyson to begin with. He's lost his damn mind.
I
Matt Barr
thought he
said.
did. I was like, weren't you the one that pointed out it was Tyson? Oh my goodness.
Tyson saying, way to Mookie it all up, Mookie.
Is Tank even in the comment section for tonight at all?
No, not yet.
No, that's the other part. He's not even here.
And Tyson is correct. Mookie, hold it.
Hold this L real quick. Hold it. Just hold it for me.
You know, it's funny too, because I did some dumb shit earlier, and I was talking to my wife, and she looked at me, and I was like, "Pregnancy brain. What can I say?" And she just, it was a look, man. But
Yeah, even I know you shouldn't have said that shit, dummy.
Hey, now, like, don't you ever do that though, where you intentionally kind of like, just sort of lay some, I don't know, lay some groundwork out there so that you do some dumb shit, but you're doing dumb shit, so it's not quite as bad as when you don't realize you're doing dumb shit and you get called out for it.
Sure, whatever you said.
Yeah, hold on. We got to deconstruct this sentence. Let's back this one up a little bit here. So you lay the groundwork and do some dumb shit to lay the groundwork for dumb shit so that your dumb shit later doesn't seem as dumb as the shit that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, I don't do that. Should I do that, Mookie?
I don't know. I mean, it's
just for you.
It could work. It's a strategy.
He's not married, so
My favorite thing about this is last week Mookie was on fire and Mike was struggling, but you had one person in Mookie's kitchen. I don't think I was struggling last week. I don't think I was struggling. I think we actually both had a solid outing last week, but yeah, Scott steps in, Mookie slides to the third chair and just completely falls apart on us.
Look, man, if you weren't
this
first
now,
chair,
you want to talk about tried and true. Like, I feel like that's the key. When Mookie has to hit that third chair, it's all bets are off. Like when he's VP, he's fine. When he's president, he's done it. But man, if he's got to be a cabinet member, it's all going to shit. It's like, I am not about this supporting role life. I am a star. I want to be featured on the playbill. Is that Tyson or is that Tank?
But see, like, I would much rather be the understudy because, like, you got the shot at stardom to the extent that you could leverage that, when you're going out on the town and whatnot. But you don't actually have to put in the work to be on stage up in front of everyone all night.
You are that guy that aspires to be the backup quarterback. You are the one that's like, man, best job ever, man. You get to just carry a clipboard, make millions of dollars. You don't have to do shit.
No. If I was going to do something, I got to give credit to my grade school, middle school, high school friend, Aaron Miller. Oh, shit. I don't know. Whatever. His name was Aaron. And he always used to say that the best job in sports was the backup catcher. You get paid a bunch of money. You travel around, see a lot of cool shit. You barely play. All you got to do is catch BP every once in a while, and you're in the bigs. That's not a bad gig, right? Like if I'm going to take any role where I can just coast, that's what I might opt for.
And then baseball changed, and these motherfuckers start like 3 or 4 times a week. We got to find a better position to be. Like, I mean, the backup quarterback thing was always the one that I heard, but in today's NFL, you got to make sure it's like, yo, I'd really like to get on behind one of those white quarterbacks, like one of the ones that's standing in the pocket's going to get all the calls, not going to get hit. I don't want to be one. I don't want to be a clipboard holder for one of these black dudes. I mean, they're probably going to get hurt running. Fuck all that shit. Then I got to get in there. No, we're not trying to play. So I'm like, yo, Andy Dalton's job. Like he's back as a starter. Yeah, Bryce Young actually has the best job in the house. He's making first overall pick money to hold the clipboard for Andy Dalton. Like Bryce Young has the best job in America right now.
Did anybody have on their bingo cards, by the way, 3 weeks into the season, that the 2 best quarterback performances of the year were Jaden Daniels and Andy Dalton? Those were hands down the 2 best quarterbacking performances we have seen this season, 3 weeks in. What the fuck are we doing, man? Like, what is happening in this league? It is insane to me. Why,
dude? Andy Dalton's gonna light y'all motherfuckers up this week, isn't he? That's what's
Revenge game,
happening,
baby.
isn't it? He's gonna fuck your shit up. Thought I didn't have it no more, huh? 400 yards later.
It's the Red Rifle revenge game, man, and I gotta be honest, like he's gonna smoke us. There's no doubt about it. Andy Dalton is gonna carve up that Cincinnati secondary. And who was it? The guy from the Falcons that got the fine for doing the shooting celebration. That's going to be Andy Dalton. He's going to write that check with the biggest smile on his face.
Oh, it was David. It was Carr too. Like I never did.
Carr got fined for doing.
Oh no, he did 2 pumps. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NFL tweeted out his Michael Jackson dance. They were like, Derek Carr, he's blah blah, and then they're like, oh. Can we make money off that? Fuck you, Derek Carr. That's $15,000.
I love that. Look at this. We're so creative here in the NFL. Look at this expression and the personality we let these players have. But also, that's a fine, right? Yeah, that's a fine. Yeah, fun. You can have fun. You just got to pay us for it. It's like paying to play Fortnite. They're like, no, the game is free, but you got to play for the emojis and the skins. Like you can do shit in the NFL, but you just got to pay us for it. Oh, you want to honor Johnny Unitas? Yeah, pay us. Fuck off.
I mean, that's not a bad model. At least that there's a way to have fun. Like they're not out and out banning it, right? It's something.
It was the most benign thing too. Like you could tell it was a Michael Jackson dance. Well, it's crude because he touched his crotch. It's like, get the fuck out of here, Mike. You guys are the worst. Matt Barr.
I mean, it'd be more crude if he touched a child afterwards. Then it would have been like, whoa, no, we're not going to desecrate the king like that. That's fine.
Ooh, that was good. Can you give us a little more?
Can you do Michael Jackson only Italian?
Yeah, I can't. It's a me.
How easy that is there, Mookie. Just throwing that out there. See how easy it is?
Matt Barr and Tyson rightfully pointing out that Sam Darnold has had some performances as well. We're not sleeping on Sam Darnold. I think statistically speaking,
he had that revenge game against the 49ers last week. Woo!
He hit you with the youth like that.
Yeah. He didn't like sitting on the bench all damn year. He just was mad. He thought he should have been the starter.
But I think statistically speaking, like Jaden Daniels and Andy Dalton have the statistically 2 best games so far of the season, which is just fucking nuts to me, man. But yeah, Scott, I think you're right. I think Carolina comes in. They're a 5-point or a 5-point underdog, and so far this season, if you are like a 5 or a 6-point underdog, not only are you winning against the spread, you're winning outright. Like it is the. Survivor pools have been destroyed across the country. I can't win a goddamn bet in this NFL this year. Like there's nothing that I can do that helps me. I'm like, all right, money line minus 1,000. Yeah, money line. I got that. I need to break even on this no sweat bet that I lost on and just get my money back. Oh, they lost. Cool. Great. Thank you for that, you fucking assholes. Am I wrong, Scott, to be done with the Bengals? Like, I know you made the joke about Jaden Daniels, but am I wrong to just completely give up and be done with sports at this point? They want $1.25 billion for stadium upgrades. They were just selling TVs to try to make money. I'm out.
Yeah, again, though, I mean, there's like a laundry list of things that the Bengals have done over the last 20 plus years that like you could have drawn the line in the sand. I just don't think that now's the time. Now's just not the time. Like see, here's where like, because Bengals fans, you're just so angry today, like so angry. I heard it at the bus stop this morning. All the dads grumbling. I go to the dentist. She's poking the pride in my mouth. I made the mistake she asked me how I was. How are you doing? Courtesy back, and she just went in on the Bengals for the next few minutes. I'm trying not to laugh while she's picking at my mouth and just hilarious. I'm like, Jesus, this city is just red hot angry. And I thought, I was like, that's right, like. This city has never played when they're like supposed to win or have any type of expectations. So, go to the Super Bowl, have a couple playoff years. Now it's that time where you kind of hit that lull and things are, the window's looking like it might close. And
no, it's closed.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it's still like kind of open though. Like you're still like in the picture, whatever. But either way, it's just so hilarious to see that like now you're experiencing the whole like, oh, well, we're supposed to win. Once upon a time, it's just, look competent through 3 games. That'll be cool. Now it's fucking just shut it all down. This is it. Fandom's over. Fuck this shit. We're out. We're not meeting expectations.
Burn it to the ground.
But also we didn't have any expectations because the window's closed. Like it's just all hilarious.
That's a good point. I can't.
It's like
look at closed. The window is closed. It's done. But I'm mad because they're not winning when the window is closed.
Like it's like this winning thing is so new that you're in this cycle. Like it's just cute. I love it. It's just like you guys haven't had a taste of this, but it's a sports fandom at its finest. This is when you don't give up. This is when you dig deeper and get into the resolve and don't give up because if they do later on, you don't want to be those people that left the Miami arena before they hit the three. Yeah, before Ray Allen hit that three, and you're talking about, oh no, I was there the whole time.
Well, the thing I don't understand, like this is your comfort zone. This is where you should be. Like this is your normal state, is like that disappointed, let down fan. So why are you struggling to like live life in your normal state that much?
I'm so tired of being this fan, Mookie. I'm tired of every single one of my teams doing this to me. Like I'm broken, man. I'm beaten down. It hurts. It hurts a lot. All right, Robert wanting to know, serious question: are Bengals players talking way too much? No, I mean they're NFL players. That's what they do. They talk shit and then they look stupid afterwards. I thought Cam Taylor-Britt exactly what he could have done.
Disappoint you and
I mean Cam Taylor-Britt talked shit, said that they've got a nice college offense that they've dumbed down for Jaden Daniels, and then he carved him up. And afterwards, Cam Taylor-Britt was like, I fucked that one up. My bad. I'm just gonna that did not age well, huh? Okay, well, we're on to Carolina, and then you just move on and fucking.
There'd be sports would be more fun if dudes just straight did that, and they were just like, "Yeah, I got." Didn't I? Oh well, you know what? I'm fucking do it again. Like that's what we do in sports. We randomly talk shit, and usually if we don't back it up, it just kind of gets forgotten or it's in the news cycle for a day. But this time I'm going to acknowledge. Yep, I said that. Came back to bite me in the ass. I'll probably do it again.
He's probably gonna do it this week. Like he's probably gonna do something about Andy Dalton being washed and like, oh, that was a fluke. And here comes Andy Dalton throwing for 600 yards on his ass. But then he makes one interception where against Patty Mahomes, where he looks like a hero, and everybody's like, talk your shit, bro. Do whatever you gotta do. You get that play every once in a while. Sure, that's fine. I don't think the Bengals are talking too much. I think the problem is the ownership sucks. Like, period. That's what it comes down to. They've let key players go. Losing DJ Reader was awful, and it's evident by how terrible that defense is. Jesse Bates and DJ Reader not getting paid and walking. That was the end of that Cincinnati defense. And let's face it, that's what carried them through that Super Bowl run. Like it was the strength of their defense that got them through the Super Bowl. And it's slowly been falling apart every year since. And now we're at a point where fucking Jaden Daniels comes in here and leads a touchdown drive every single fucking time he touches the ball. So, this is where we're at. They've crumbled to the point. At this point, it's like, don't pay Chase. Don't pay Higgins, and get some defenders in there. Like build up a secondary for me, please. Just do something. But they're not.
Yeah, I mean, because if Joe Burrow is really all he's cracked up to be, he'll turn some dudes into a Jamar Chase, right? Like, isn't that the mark of a good quarterback?
That's what I would think.
Speaking of good quarterbacks working with shitty talent, did you see that this weekend Aaron Rodgers completed his first touchdown pass to a first-round draft pick? It's crazy shit. Also, fuck that guy.
I saw. Well, yes, no. Actually, that should be the highlight. Fuck that guy. But I saw that stat, and then I was like, to continue the hate, I'm like, but is that even really impressive? The fucking Packer sat there for his entire career there, and we're like, oh, he's just so good. We don't have to fucking take receivers, and they kept not drafting receivers pretty much on purpose. It felt like because they're like, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers can just turn any of these old slap dicks into, talented players or competent enough receivers. So is that really that impressive of a stat? He just didn't happen to play with any. Like, big fucking deal.
I don't know.
Like, I've never done in my career completed a pass to a first round wide receiver either, but I still got time. I too can make that happen, before the clock is up.
It's kind of
one of those real meaningless stats. Like, okay, thanks.
It's also one of those stats though where you're like, that can't be right. Like he's played forever. How has he not had a single first round draft pick wide receiver? Like not even just they trade for somebody that was a first round draft pick. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing it's kind of bizarre. It's one of those stats that, yeah, you're right. It means nothing, but also you're like, wait, say that again? That can't be right. That can't be a real thing. And it is. Go ahead, Mook. I saw that.
I just Matt Barr chiming in with, when did Tim Kirchin start covering football? Which, just to be honest here, is Timmy K still alive?
Yes.
Okay, I just haven't heard of him or from him in like a minute.
Dude,
so
still alive and still spitting them facts, bro. Like you just got to find him, but he's around.
Is he on MLB Network now? Is that why?
He calls in on a lot of shows, but I think he's still technically at ESPN.
See, that's what I thought. But then, like, where's he?
But I mean, like, they don't run, ESPN doesn't run their personalities out there anymore, like ever. Even the ones that, like, because I didn't know that fucking Berman was still employed by them until that Monday night thing where he came out. And I was just like, he's still employed by them? Like, what? They seriously, they don't. I think their top tier talent must get paid by appearance because they don't use them like ever.
Kirkchin also has a podcast with his son where they talk baseball, and it's fantastic.
Is it? I bet that would be amazing. I could listen.
You know what? Actually, that sounds like a great soundscape to fall asleep to. So
I lied. This has been your old man segment on the show.
We need a drop for that one. So Joe, put that on your list to do things. All right.
Yeah, the problem is we'd be using that drop a lot. I've already used it 3 times in this episode.
Oh, but Scott, no, I think that's a good way to keep ourselves honest. Right?
I know, but the longer the show goes on, the more often we'll just be using that drop until we just change the name of the show to Back in My Day.
For now, we could just use this one.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know how we got here. This is a weird left turn that's been taken. Guys, speaking of old white guys, how about Arthur Blank? Did you see what this man did? Arthur Blank, they announced that the Falcons will put their Ring of Honor, the Falcons Ring of Honor, they're inducting new members, and one of the new members that they're inducting is Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank has decided to induct himself into his own team's Ring of Honor, and this is the greatest thing. This is amazing to me.
I thought that was, you know, I posted that, or I had sent that to one of my buddies and said just the article and the announcement, because the announcement was funny, or at least the article that ESPN put out, where it's just like, there, you know, he's getting put in the Hall of Fame, but and it's like, and to celebrate at Mercedes-Benz stadiums, they're gonna have they're gonna have hot dogs, chips, and pop for all the fans to celebrate. And that part to me made me laugh, because I'm just sitting there thinking about, like, I know Atlanta is very fan friendly with their concession prices, and I'm not giving a shit about that. But when you read this Ring of Honor and this prestigious thing, and you gloss over, because it's very easy to gloss over the fact that, yes, indeed, the owner is putting himself into the Ring of Honor. And to celebrate that, he's opening up his pocketbooks and sharing the hot dogs that he's only been charging $1 or $2 for, and the chips and pop for all you plebes to come watch him get inducted into his own Ring of Honor. Like, there were so many levels of hilarity to that announcement and article. Like, all of it, I'm like, this is patently absurd. The man is inducting himself, and to celebrate, he's like, here, and have some hot dogs and chips and bask in my glory. Have you done anything, Arthur Blank? Have you brought this city a championship? No, but there's hot dogs and pop. I love it.
It's a strong move.
Mookie's like, actually, that was kind of a dick move to induct yourself, but I had free hot dogs. So
I mean, come on, right? Like,
not a bad deal.
How, honestly, how much is it going to keep you up or bother you if you're a Falcons fan, if he's in the Ring of Honor or not, right? Like, the thing to focus on is you got free hot dogs.
It doesn't matter in the scheme of things that it's just the way that the announcement is presented. Like, it's just like, he's inducting himself into the Ring of Honor. Okay, sure. I mean, owners have done that before, but again, like, trying to cover up that fact almost by I'm doing this, but also free hot dogs.
Free hot dogs.
Oh God,
Scott, would you feel differently if it was free bratwurst, or like maybe a Met? Is it the hot dog piece that's got you up in arms?
No, I mean, again, like, we've done the story, and I think it's great, like, that what they do for the fans and having the concessions prices super low at that stadium. It's fucking amazing. But it's just funny that they would give away that same, food that, we all know that the reason they charge those prices is they can get away with charging those prices. Those food items bought, especially in bulk by all these things, they could give them away practically and not lose very much money. Hence why he's fucking doing this. It's like it's of no consequence to him to be handing out the food that they barely charge for anyway. It's great. I mean, they'll probably be day-old hot dogs, too.
I was just going to say that. I was like, check the expiration date on it. There's probably the shit from the back of the inventory that like, this stuff's going to go bad. Or it is. They were talking about
the ones that they usually donate for the zoo animals each night are instead going to be put into the refrigerator and reheated for the next day's celebration. I guarantee it.
Just extra seasoning, man.
Seasoning. Guys, make them heat lamps a little bit hotter today, boys. We got to heat up last night's dogs.
I want to know, guys, how the conversation goes to get Arthur Blank into the Ring of Honor. Like, are they sitting there in like a board meeting and Arthur Blank's sitting there and there's like a bunch of yes men around him and he's like, all right, guys, we got to figure out who's going into the Ring of Honor this year. And any nominations you guys want? And there's some guy that's like, what about you, Arthur? How about you, Mr. Blank? And somebody's like, that's a great idea. I second that. And it's just like a bunch of suck-ups thinking like, we'll just throw out Arthur Blank's name. And he's like, you know what? It's a good idea. I guess we should probably get a player though too. Like, should we maybe get a player too? Like, how does that board meeting go where Arthur Blank gets nominated? Is it that, or does Arthur Blank come in and go, guys, it's my fucking year. I'm going in. Who else is coming with me? Like, what's the?
I'm okay with either way. All right, boys, it's my year this year. Who else we throw in the sacrificial lamb? Somebody good, but somebody not too good. Somebody that's going to take the shine off of me. What's Warwick Dunn doing? Warwick Dunn seems pretty safe. Is he not in the Ring of Honor already? Let's put him in this year. Like, Warwick Dunn played for us for like 10 minutes. Good enough.
I want to look up and see who got inducted with him now. Now I gotta find this out. Ring of Honor inductees. Was he the only one?
Oh, please be true.
He's going in by himself.
I mean, no one else should get the shine of the free hot dog giveaway. That's probably what it was.
What a class! What a class!
Yeah. He didn't want anyone else to be like, oh, well, maybe Work Done went halvesies with him on these hot dogs. He wants all the credit for that.
I gotta look this up now. I gotta find out. We gotta verify.
There you go, Sarah. That's our first Google.
When you
43
think of
minutes
free
in.
dog night, you're gonna think of just Arthur. Nobody else.
Oh, while you're Googling, should we talk about the degenerate pool I have for our audience?
No, we've been talking about all this food. We should probably get to that burrito.
Yeah, why don't we do that first, then follow with my kid thing? That seems appropriate, right?
Guys, I'm only seeing Arthur Blank's name. I'm not seeing. Oh, no. There was another name that went in with him. Falcons to induct owner Arthur M. Blank, quarterback Matt Ryan. So Arthur Blank and Matt Ryan got
amazing.
The 13th and 14th members of the Ring of Honor. So this reeks of Arthur Blank coming in going, it's me and Ryan meeting over, and then he just walks out of the room. He's like, that's it.
What are you gonna say?
I'm prepping him before they announce my name, though. It's like, all right, you're gonna do Matt first, and you're gonna end with so that I come in looking like superhero. So whatever, you can give all the stats, everything, but just like, and then he went on to lose that Super Bowl where they were up really big. And now Arthur Blank,
who brought you free hot dogs today,
who didn't blow a lead in the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say he probably walked out to them with like the t-shirt cannons, but instead they're just shooting.
Yeah, no doubt. Arthur's gonna come out to all the pumps.
Dude, have you ever looked up how expensive those things are?
T-shirt cannons?
I think didn't we look that up?
T-shirt cannon, but like the hot dog cannon's even worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we did.
Google the night.
Like the price is crazy, but not that crazy. Like it felt like it was like
you can do a rental though. That's kind of cool.
About what you would have expected for it to be.
I just checked on Amazon and they just showed me like a bunch of water balloon slingshots. I'm like, that's not what I want. Here's the t-shirt air
Here, wait, Mike,
cannon
can
launcher, a Gatling gun T-shirt for $4,300 that you can get.
$1,000.
Well, but wait, Mike, I just sent you a link. There's a place we could rent one for 7 full days for only $395.99.
This looks terrifying. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this image.
I know, that's why I
because
sent it to you. Like, you need, because this looks like a website designed in like 1997. First of all,
this is a very scary gun. I don't feel comfortable buying a T-shirt gun where it's got like a helium pack on the back that you have
this
to
chick
wear.
looks like she's being held hostage.
I actually like how she's holding that. That looks like the proper form. Like this is how you hold this to not hurt your back.
Where does the T-shirt go? Like,
Doesn't matter. That's the
Up in the
proper
muzzle,
form.
baby.
You hold the shaft at the end of the base there. you lock your back up tight. You make sure you grip that bitch. They don't want you suing for injury.
you should scroll down and give Scott the real. Look at that. Look at that quality manufacturing.
Guys?
That looks like a bug spray.
I mean, it's got a
setup.
5 pound CO2 tank that fires up to 80 shots.
It
It
sounds
looks
dangerous.
like a fucking exterminator pack. Like,
Yeah,
this
it does. It looks like you're just
This feels
showing
like
up
something Dale's dead
to
bugs
get
would
rid
use.
of. Yeah, to get rid of bed bugs.
Yeah. Pump it up. You will create great fun and excitement with our T-shirt cannon. I do feel like the way that this is set up, though, is that you
How
can
many
modify the
waivers?
barrel.
How many waivers do you have to sign before you can rent this thing?
None.
Like, all
I
of them?
guarantee you there's no waivers whatsoever. It's like, are you alive? Yes. Here's your T-shirt.
No,
cannon.
fuck that. Do
There's
you have a
no
credit
way.
card / Bitcoin to give us? We don't care if you're alive or not. Just give us money. Enter date of the event, Mike. Like, see, like, what about like what is this weekend? Friday's the
December
28th.
25th.
Yeah.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like a T-shirt cannon.
You know what this shit is?
I
This
want to
is
give
one of
my
those-
neighbors their Christmas gifts proper.
Just blast them through the window.
Just ripping holes through the siding. Just you're like, oh shit. Merry Christmas, neighbor.
I'm here for it. I'll even make sure that the T-shirt's all like the color's all fucked up and faded. I'll have it wrapped up in a rubber band sitting in the back of my car for 3 months and then shoot it off so it can be real proper, like you got it in an actual game, like it's clearly been wrapped up for a long ass time.
Mookie, do me a favor, get the air horn ready because
Oh, you got it.
Matt Barr said, looks like the Ghostbusters. Where's Mike gonna go? That's the tagline, right?
I don't know, man. I don't feel like he hit it fully for an air horn. Maybe it was the delivery.
Deserved the tennis drop either. You could have hit him with like a Lou Holtz sigh if you were gonna.
I didn't think it was that bad. It just felt forced.
All right, let's talk about this.
Well, hold on a minute. Okay, I'm going to give him one now because Matt also said the flying squirrels save on a hot dog gun by hiring a dude wearing a flamingo outfit, and Flingo just hurls glissies in the
Flingo the flying squirrel.
His name is Flingo, for Christ's sake. That's brilliant.
That's fantastic. All right, guys. There was a bet that was made. So Kansas State played BYU over the weekend. And if you missed it, BYU shocked Kansas State. Kansas State, not Kansas. Shocked Kansas State. Upset them in Provo. Big win for the Cougars. Got them into the AP top 25. There's a Kansas State fan before that who goes by the Twitter handle at St. Bill Snyder, who tweeted out before the game, if K-State loses to BYU, I'll shove a beefy 5-layer burrito up my ass. This has become a trend this year after that.
Yeah,
Florida State fans said they would eat dog shit and then never did.
Now people are just doing it.
Yeah, people are just doing it. The best part about this, though, was that people noticed. Like, it was very clear that people had noticed because after the game, BYU Twitter, the BYU football Twitter account tweeted out Liv Moss with pictures from the game. Like, clearly they had seen the tweet. It had made its rounds within the BYU campus.
Not only that, Liv Moss, that they're one of us. That's a reference that only you have to be of a certain
Only
age.
a Baja Blast fan would understand that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand that that's not just any old casual Taco Bell 5-layer burrito fan. Like that's a deep burn right there with the Liv Moss. I like that.
I will say there's a missed opportunity though, because they could have gone after Liv Moss with a little bit of a burrito emoji and maybe a peach.
They're Mormons. They're not going that.
Yeah,
far.
that's true. That's fair. Yeah.
The fact that they hit you with the Liv Moss on this is actually shocking.
Dude, speaking of the Mormons, I swear to God, my TikTok feed has filled up with this Mormon wives, all these ads for the Mormon wives or some shit. Is this like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, San Diego, whatever? But like,
Mormon wives, isn't that
stop Googling their content and it'll stop showing up.
Listen.
First rule of Fight Club.
I don't even need to Google content and just shows up on TikTok. That's what TikTok is for, Scott. Okay. It knows what you want and it gives it to you when you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie out here just Jason Whitlocking himself.
Yeah.
Why are all these dick pictures showing up? I don't know. This is crazy. I can't believe these ads that I'm getting of just hung males want to hang out with you. Why?
Is this another one of those points where I should go through my For You page just so you know what's actually coming up? Because that's not the case. Jesus. Oh, no, this is even worse. I can't do that because Access Hollywood was the first video. So this isn't going to go well from there.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Goddamn Access Hollywood.
All right, Jason Whitlock.
So should we talk about the baby pool now?
No, we're still on this guy shoving a burrito up his ass. So the bet has been made, and this poor dude, guys, was going through it during the game. I want to read you this string of tweets that he had.
Oh, he was live tweeting? Oh, that makes
sense. He was live tweeting during the game. Not a lot, but just a few tweets throughout the game. He says, "We're going to be just fine." Followed by, "I'm going to go smoke a cigarette." Followed by, "Heading to Taco Bell." 8 more field goals wins us the game. I'm so cooked, bro. Like this dude knew what was happening, knew what was facing him online as soon as this ended. And it did end, and it was poorly done on his part. However, guys, he put out a tweet. This was that same night that says, Saturday 9/28, I pay the bet. 9:30 p.m. It just means more. # Big 12 football. And it is a video of a 5-layer beefy burrito on the table, and he comes up from behind the table with the Taco Bell bag over his face. It appears that there is going to be somebody shoving a burrito up their ass live on Twitter at 9:30 p.m. on September 28th.
Be there or be square, bro.
I mean, I honestly
eat clean, bro.
It's the victory sip too, Mike. You missed the victory sip on camera.
I meant Liv Moss.
Oh God!
I got my sayings confused.
Yeah, is it really that bad though? I mean, like clearly the burrito is not going to go in the butthole. Like, or are we thinking there's going to be like a spreading situation?
You don't put that date out there if you're not going to spread them cheeks.
Spread them cheeks, but are we going full rectum?
Yeah.
It's so mushy. There's no way. The burrito is just going to smash into the butt. Like it's just going to fall apart as he tries to insert. There's no way the burrito is going to make its way into this dude's pooper. Like it's not going to happen.
The bigger thing is the crime of him wasting a delicious beefy 5-layer burrito, man. Like, come on. I really want Taco Bell.
Wait, that's making you hungry for Taco Bell, Mookie? Oh, man,
dude, beefy 5-layer burritos
really has me craving some.
That's a staple right there. Beefy 5-layer burrito.
Get you some cinnamon twists.
Oh, why haven't they like Baja Blasted?
That would probably be inserted easier than a beefy 5-layer burrito.
Why haven't they Baja Blasted cinnamon twists yet?
Like cinnamon twist right in your starfish.
He's gonna corkscrew this one on in there.
Probably be one of the most, like pain-free insertions of a Taco Bell item on the menu. To be honest, I mean,
I mean, are we about to do like a sip, chug, drain, pour Taco Bell items to go in your
Are
ass?
you
Like,
about to do
is that where we're
Yeah,
headed
you
here
might.
tonight?
I think I'm gonna bow out, but I'll hang up and listen.
Respect the game, Scott.
Son of a bitch. I wasn't given the option, so I don't have to respect shit.
Cinnamon twist, beefy 5-layer burrito, or just the nacho cheese? Scott, sip, chug, trade for.
Just the nacho cheese.
Respect the game.
Well, I'm sipping the nacho cheese. I feel like it's gonna be pretty looby. Give me. I'm chugging the cinnamon twist, and I guess I'm draining the 5-layer burrito up my butt.
Way to respect the game. I'm proud of you.
Breaking it down for you too, giving you reasons. You know what? Niners. If the Niners win a Super Bowl, I will boof a Mexican pizza right all the way up there. See how unworried I am about this happening? I'll boof 2 of them.
So now you're saying it's probably a good time to get off the Brock Purdy wagon. All right, hold on. Just let me get to my fantasy team real quick.
All right, so I saw the comment and it made me chuckle to see boof, but then to hear Scott say boof, I almost threw out my beer. Oh shit. Matt Barr saying he's freezing the burrito. There's no way. I'm sorry. That's impossible. I'm sorry. It can't happen. That's impossible. A frozen beefy 5-layer burrito up the poop chute. It can't, and that's physically impossible. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're not even doing one of those Cholitos frozen. Come on. There's no damn way. But also, what's his Twitter handle? 9:30 Saturday. What are we like out here?
At St. Bill Snyder.
It's St. Bill Snyder. Yeah, I mean, inquiring minds want to know, but I mean, we need evidence of the final, like what actually happened there.
I don't want to know what Mookie's For You page is going to be after he watches this guy stick a burrito up his ass.
It's going to be everything.
By the way, Mookie, sip, chug, drain, pour, cinnamon twists, beefy 5-layer burrito.
Yeah, y'all better
answer.
have to answer too.
I'm gonna also sip the nacho cheese because per Scott's comment, it feels the most looby. I am going to chug the beefy 5-layer burrito, and I'm absolutely gonna drain the cinnamon twist because them bitches would scratch, man. Like I ain't about that.
I'm actually with Mookie on this one. I feel like the cinnamon twists are just gonna, like, as you try to insert, they're just gonna and break.
Plus it's cinnamon, dude. Like that shit'll burn.
Yeah, but they're gonna crumble and break, and you're not even gonna have to think about it. They're just gonna disintegrate.
Yeah, but the beefy 5-layer burrito is just gonna smash into your cheeks. Like you can't even.
Yeah, but you might end up with a bean up your butt. It's one of them layers. One might sneak past the goalie. You never know.
Sounds like a good Saturday night to me. I don't know why you're complaining about a bean popping up there.
Excuse me, bean up the butt. Thank you.
Mookie, how about that baby pool you got?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, when's the best / worst time to segue over to that?
Now,
oh boy, yeah.
Hold
all
on,
right.
let's give you a proper intro here for this segment.
Who isn't having fun because you're the party's degenerate gambler.
do you think Diddy goes to Taco Bell?
Yeah, probably, but isn't he in jail right now?
Yeah, I just wondering all that baby lube. I just wonder maybe he's been sip, chug, drain pouring for all these years and we just didn't know.
The dude with the umbrella pops out. Diddy, we're out of lube. Just get some nacho cheese. It's fine.
Don't do Farnsworth Bentley like that. God damn. First of all, I can't believe that after all that time, he's still gonna hit him with the dude with the umbrella. Farnsworth Bentley did enough
I'm
for his
painting a
name.
picture for people. They know if I say
No, that's a nice excuse for you not remembering the black guy's name. But put some respect on his fucking name. Farnsworth Bentley deserves better than being at a Diddy party asking about what's going to happen with the lube and be handed.
Wasn't he Diddy's assistant? Like he was Diddy's assistant for forever. That's why I made that.
Yeah, but I mean, put some respect on it.
Mookie, how about this baby pool?
Baby pool. I'll try to work in a way to work in some kind of prop bet for.
Gabe wanted to know. He asked earlier, "What's the countdown at? What's the official due date?"
October 20th. So like 20.
Oh my God, we're within a month.
Yeah, I'm fucked, but it's fine. Yeah. But the good news is we get to gamble about it, so like it's worth it. I'll post I'll put it in the Facebook group here in just a half second. Can I post it on the YouTube or they take that shit down?
I don't think they'll take it down for a baby pool. I think you can link it in the chat.
So point being, it's pretty standard, right? You know, you put your $5 in, you get to pick the date, time, length, weight. And then if you've got any good side bets, any good prop bets, I'm going to open up that as well on a nice Google Excel sheet. And,
you got to do hair color. You got to do eye color. There's plenty of prop.
We're gonna go deeper. I just figured, don't make it too complicated so that nothing happens. Like, let's get the basics right first, and then let's just side bets, man. You got some odds, you got some ideas. I'm taking all action. I did promise my wife we'd at least take a 10% vig, but that's because, bro. Okay, hold on. I don't even think we talked about this shit. Do you know how many times a day an infant changes their diaper? Or gets their diaper changed?
Yeah, I was just gonna say they don't change their diaper ever.
I've gone through that twice. Yes,
I thought it was like
I'm aware
3 to 6 times a day.
Do you know how often an infant eats? Let's start there. Do you realize how often an infant eats? How often you have to feed that baby?
6 times a day.
Oh dear God, Mookie!
Are you serious?
Mookie, they eat like every 2 hours.
God damn.
The kids eat every 2 hours for the first couple weeks of life. It's every 2 hours. And then it's even worse because if your wife is breastfeeding, they have to pump in between. So they feed the baby and then they have to pump. And then my wife was getting like 30 minutes of sleep before the next feeding cycle was due. Like it's awful. It's an absolutely awful. If you give formula, you could stretch that out to maybe 3 hours, but that baby's eating like a lot, bro. That's why they're constantly pissing and shitting and needing a diaper change.
And remember, I've been telling you for months, like, why would you willfully, voluntarily go into this, like enter into this contract having a kid? It's the worst.
Well, because I'm gonna need someone to put my decrepit ass in a home when it's time.
Yeah, people keep using that as an excuse, but I feel like, again, I keep saying it. When you're dead, it's like whatever. Like, I just throw me by the side of the road. I don't even give a shit.
I don't even talk about that. I'm just saying I'm gonna need someone at some point to be like, hey, this man shouldn't be left alone. Although that's probably now. So,
dude, I was gonna say, I'm like, how many people say that a day?
Yeah. Damn.
Like, yo, this man should.
Hold on. Is this really news to you, Mook? Like, you're a month away. You should have read the books by now, man. You should have been a little bit more. To
be fair, I'm a big fucking sap, and I can never make it past like page 8 or 9, and then I'm just like bawling of like, oh my God, it's gonna be so great, it's so beautiful, and then I get distracted. So
you're reading the wrong books, man. I read one book that was just like, this shit's gonna suck for a long time. Like that was the first chapter was like, get ready to lose all sense of yourself. And
congratulations, you made one of the worst decisions of your life. Now about having a kid.
So that was the book I was reading. It goes, first it's like, hey, this is what you think your kid's gonna look like, but here's like what it's really gonna look like. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be our little ugly mug, great. And then I turned the next page and it was like baby's party tricks, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta make the baby pool. And I stopped reading.
Page 2.
8.
Can we just say I don't feel comfortable being in a baby pool that Mookie is also in, because I feel like he's gonna cheat somehow. Like, I don't trust Mookie running this pool. I don't trust that he's got a wager in this pool, and I feel like this is gonna be rigged in Mookie's favor. You're the Pete Rose of baby pools.
Oh, bro, dude. I mean, at least Phil Donahue or whatever, right? Like, come on, Pete Rose? That's so disrespectful. Of all the degenerates out there, Pete Rose. I mean, shit, I would have taken OJ before that.
Did you say Phil Donahue? Was that?
That's probably not his name, is it? Phil Donahue? What was the ref from the NBA?
Phil Donahue.
Tim Donahue.
Wow.
Who's Phil Donahue?
Nobody, but I think
Nobody?
we're thinking of Phil Donahue, the old talk show host.
Who just died too, ironically
No,
enough.
yeah,
See, that's
did he
clearly
really?
what I was. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, no. I think it was 2 weeks ago because it was just before I went on vacation. He passed away.
It was August 18th.
Yeah, okay. Well, it seems like just a few weeks ago before I went on vacation.
Phil Donahue,
passed
born
away.
in Cleveland, Ohio. Look at that. How about that? Ohio guy. Now I'm just picturing Phil Donahue taking side bets and reffing an NBA game, and I can't stop laughing to myself thinking about that. All right, Mook, so you're going to put the baby pool out there.
Yep, put in the YouTube chat stream already. Yep, it's up there. I'm gonna hit send or post on this Facebook post. It's in the group now. So get your entries in. You can send me. I kept it fun, friendly for the family, right? So $5 an entry if you want to gamble. Venmo, PayPal's on there, and yes, myself and my wife both entered, but we're not going to be paying members of the pool, Mike. So there's going to be no kinky shit. Although Diane and Russ already got their entries in because. I don't know if you guys knew this, but when I sent that to you, I was going to twist your arms and make you all pay me $5 to enter, even if I then gave it back to you, because I just need to be able to tell my kid I gambled on him before he was out of the womb. Like, I was already putting bets in your performance, but before I met you face to face.
Shocking thing that kid will ever hear in his life.
Probably. Like,
Once he's sentient, he'll know. He'll be like,
I can't
"Yeah,
wait
I
to
know
U9
my dad-
select
I
football.
know
It's
my
going to be
dad
great.
bet
And I
on
mean by that, soccer.
didn't do."
Oh,
U9 soccer. It's going to be great. Because here's the other part. Mike's already running ahead, so I'll know how to operate the system. Because I heard you had a great run-in with a 14-year-old ref this weekend.
do we want to talk about that, or should we do wise guys?
I mean, I feel like
you
you
should
at least
just
got to
really
tell
give
the
more-
story of.
You got to
of
give more
your-
context after the way he introduced that.
That's true. So now you kind of have to tell the story.
all right. Well, then in that case, let's do some soccer. I got my appendix out on Friday and was recovering from surgery. And I told the surgeon and my wife, I'm going to coach soccer on Saturday. I'm going to the field. And the doctor was like, just take it easy. Like, don't overdo it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to overdo it. It's like U10 soccer. It'll be fine. And I overdid it because the referee fucking sucked. I yelled more at a 13-year-old than I've ever yelled in my life. Because we've been trying to teach the kids what offsides. This is the first year that they call it offsides. So we're trying to teach the kids what offsides is and where you need to be when the ball is played in order to be onside. And once the ball's kicked, you can run behind the defenders, and that's fine. But you got to be onside when the ball's kicked. And we executed a perfect clearance where the center midfielder was behind, like in front of the defense, burned everybody, scored a goal, and the ref waved it off for offsides. I was like, buddy, that's not what offsides is. Like, you can't, you got to get these calls right. And then he did it again, and I lost my mind. I yelled at this kid so badly that my wife wouldn't let me come back on Sunday because she was afraid I was going to end up in the hospital bursting my sutures. It wasn't my proudest moment, especially a day after surgery, to be screaming at a 13-year-old that he has no idea what offsides is while his mom's off to the side. She had to drive him to the field and had to sit there in a lawn chair because he's not old enough to drive. And I'm screaming at this kid for making horrible calls in a U10 game.
I feel like you left out the best part, or at least my favorite part.
What's that?
When you use your cell phone to prove your point. But
I did do that. I pulled up the rule book and showed him what offsides was.
Hold on.
And then at one point, the coach on the other team was like, "Hey man, relax. He's a kid. He's trying. And I was like, you're only saying that because you're getting the calls. Like, I was just a rabid piece of shit. It was awful. Like, it was not a good example to set. Scott, you're a coach. Have you ever had a moment like that on your kids, like on the field with your kids, where you just lose your mind on a kid reffing the game?
I've kept my composure, but definitely under my breath. Like when you're talking balls and strikes, I mean, we know that grown ass men can't call balls and strikes correctly. So when the fucking kids do it incorrectly, it just sends your blood fucking boiling, just fucking boiling. But also, I was waiting for the part where at any point during that conversation, once you said teaching the kids about offsides, that you didn't mention going to the options menu and turning that option off, because that is how I play my soccer and my hockey. Is we just go straight to the options menu. Offsides off. Yeah, we're turning that off. No, it's because fuck offsides. Offsides stupid.
I'm still mad about it. And Tyson wanting to know, how did your wife not die of embarrassment? Because she was right there yelling with me. She's the head coach. She was just as pissed. Like, this wasn't just the me thing. This was our entire fan base was furious at these calls with this kid.
And honestly, that's the right move as the head coach, right? You let the assistant take the fall. You've got a team to run.
That's right.
Like,
Exactly. We know our roles.
Someone's going to get the red and get ejected. Like, it can't be the head coach.
She's gonna voice her displeasure, but she's not gonna go. She's gonna let me be the crazy one and get the card and get sent off. I did not get carded, Rex. I did not get carded. I don't think the ref carried cards. I'm surprised he had a whistle because that kid did not want to be there.
He will if he sees your ass coming again. I know I would. Like, is that motherfucker here?
His mom gave us the dirtiest looks as we were leaving. I was like, you better tell this kid to learn how to fucking do his goddamn job. I didn't say that. I was thinking it in my head.
But for real, though.
Bitch, but
I mean, like, that's the kicker, man. This tells me a lot, and this probably won't surprise you a bit. But when I was a teenage ref, I made sure to use my cards because I knew worst come to worst, they couldn't hit a kid. So I just toss their ass out, and if they have a problem with it, then fine, come swinging, and we'll put your ass in jail. I didn't think that far in advance, but it was really more of like, what are they going to do? Where are they going to go?
Yeah,
right
there it is.
They're stuck here with me.
Robert saying sounds like the Bengals fan base. Well, I mean, listen, when the ref is clearly favoring one side, you got to let him know that he's clearly favoring one side.
Now, did the other team give him like a Capri Sun before the game or something? Like, was there any side?
I have no idea because my first interaction with him. Now, again, assistant coach, wife is the head coach. She deals with a lot of sexism in this league. I feel like most people don't respect her as the head coach, so they ignore that she's there. So first thing when we get to the field, I've got the kids lined up. We're doing our little warm-ups beforehand, and the kid walks up to me and goes, "Do you have the money?" And I was like, "Nah, she's got it. She's the head coach." And he just turned and walked away. Not like, "Oh, okay, thanks, man." Like, just turned and walked away. The dude was just there for his $40. That's all he cared about. He didn't care about the game. He didn't care about it. Yeah, $20
That's
each.
not bad. Well, how long is your halves?
It's 12-minute quarters.
Damn. That kid's making bank. That's why I don't give a shit.
It sucked. It really sucked. It wasn't my proudest moment, but also I was pretty proud. Like showing the kid the phone in the rule book where he was wrong. That
you should be proud of yourself.
Did you offer to text it to the mom too, so she'd have it for next time? Like, you should have gone the full way with it. Just like, hey, do you need a copy too?
I see I see you giving me dirty looks, bitch. I'm just giving your son an updated, accurate rule book interpretation over here. So if you need one, I can also send it to you. What's your number? Bitch.
How you doing? I mean, what's your number? Maybe we just do the tap thing. Can we do that? NFC it or something?
Guys, the Mr. McMahon Netflix comes out tomorrow. Like the doc, the fucking Bill Simmons Mr. McMahon documentary.
Wait, fucking hyped. Vince McMahon's doc?
Yeah, dude, the Vince McMahon documentary.
Or Google, Sarah.
Yeah, like this is and it's fucking it's one of the pet
it's just called
Mr.
McMahon.
It's one of the pet projects for Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons, noted huge wrestling fan. Like,
and creator of 30 for 30. Like, I feel like this is gonna bang, dude. I can't.
Well, and it's going to be good because at first McMahon sat down. Like he's featured in the documentary, and they have like a bunch of old wrestlers too that they interviewed, and like new age wrestlers too. But like he did his interview, and now he's come out and he's been like, "This is all bullshit. This is." And that's how you know this is going to be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He knows. He's seen the rough cut. He's like, oh fuck.
It's not one of those untold stories where it's like, oh no, you should totally watch this because it's the whole story and totally not just my side of it. This was like Vince McMahon was like, yeah, I could do this, and then he was like, oh fuck, what have I done? No, don't watch this. This is bullshit.
I'm so excited for this shit. I hope they ask him about Vincente, Vincente, fucking Mr. Senor Vincente. We need to get to the bottom of that.
I'm just excited because I know the Vince McMahon story, but I don't know what the depth that you two do. So I can't wait to just watch this with.
Well, I don't think any of us know it to the depth that we thought we did. Like, that's what hopefully this documentary is going to show, because we've heard all these dirty rumors and backdoors. Like, if even part of the stuff is true, like, this documentary is going to be pretty wild.
It's going to be banging. Oh, it's 6 episodes too. Like, that's a solid run. This isn't like a 3-parter. This is gonna go. This is gonna cover some ground, man.
A lot of details coming out, man. I can't wait.
Are they like, okay, how deep do you think they're going to get in this? Like, how deep does this documentary go? Because if McMahon is already coming out calling fake news, like, they've got to get into all of his, like,
I bet they go pretty deep, because I mean, when you're with Netflix, like, you don't have the like the corporate hangups and sponsorships. Well, or like, does Netflix has a deal with one of the wrestling companies
with WWE. They're going to start airing Raw, I think, starting next year, maybe, and it's going to be.
So that'll be an interesting. That'll be interesting there to see how that works out, because that could be a conflict.
It could be a conflict.
Is it? Whoa. Yeah.
Senor Vincente. That's so good.
Sorry, Mookie, you were saying?
I honestly have no clue anymore. I saw that and my mind went blank. I love the way Robert Taylor sums it up. He says it's an entire hit piece, but factual. He's going all over his dark shit. Like, that is exactly what I think.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Netflix app.
Robert Taylor said, I hope they ask him about his thought process behind that interaction with John Cena and Booker T. Yeah,
what are you talking about? Because I have no clue.
You don't know that one, Mook?
0. Should I Google it? Should that be number 5?
Let's just say Vince McMahon is one of the few people who have dropped certain words that guys that look like Vince McMahon should not be saying, and done it freely on TV with like, not caring whatsoever.
So it's like a Donald Sterling moment, except on live air.
Except on, like, not trying to hide it, not like just on purpose, just like part of the bit.
Did Donald Sterling ever try to hide it? Because I feel like he didn't.
Well, at least that was like a hidden recording that
camera
was brought out for it. Like, this was Vince McMahon wrote this. But should we be surprised? This guy is also the same guy who wanted to do a storyline when his daughter was pregnant, where he was like, maybe the baby should be mine. Like, that'd be a funny story, right? Like, we should do that story, huh? Anybody? No? Nobody wants to do that storyline?
That is like just a different level unhinged, man.
It's pretty fucked up. Uh-oh. Boys, you know what that song means. Time to confuse Mookie. It is time for this week's Wiseguy Top 10 poll. This is where we look at Vegas odds to win the national championship of college football and give you the top 10 teams based on those odds, because let's face it, Vegas knows. The pollsters don't, the coaches don't, but Vegas does. So let's take a look at our top 10 for this week. Starting off number 10, Clemson, Scott. Clemson sneaking their way back in at plus 4,000.
Ew.
Bill's back. Bill's got them boys back.
Just ready to talk about them on radio.
Tyler. Number 9, Penn State at plus 2,200. They don't take that bet. That's a terrible bet. Penn State will lose in the first round of the playoffs. They'll get to the playoffs. Bet on them to make the playoffs. Do not bet on them to advance in the playoffs. Number 8, Miami. That's Miami of Florida, not Miami of Ohio, plus 1,800. So they're looking like Clemson or Miami is going to be the one to come out of the ACC is what they're expecting in Vegas. Ole Miss at number 7. There's our boy Lane Kiffin, plus 1,300 odds to win the title. Ole Miss sneaky good this year, fellas. They're flying under the radar. Yes, they're flying under the radar. Under the radar, Ole Miss. Number 6, Tennessee, plus 1,100. Big win for Heupel and them boys at Oklahoma this weekend. Welcome to Oklahoma to the SEC.
Dude, great games this weekend, man.
It was fantastic.
All kinds of value on the board.
Number 5, Oregon, plus 1,000. They have fallen out of the top 4. They are now number 5 in this week's Wiseguys top 10 at plus 1,000. Let's take a look at
Did they have Ohio State this weekend, or is that next weekend?
I don't know. You might have to Google.
All right, there you go, Sarah. Google 5.
Oh, it's 5? I thought it was 6.
Well, no, I'm Googling the 5th time.
Let's get into the top 4, even though top 4 doesn't really matter. This is the top 4 Wiseguys top 10. Number 4, Alabama, plus 800 odds to win the title, Scott.
Jeez.
Saban leaves. They don't care. They're still putting Alabama in the top 4. Number 3, Texas, plus 500 odds. So the number 1 team in the AP poll is actually number 3 in the Wiseguys top 10. Number 2, Georgia. Georgia has fallen despite their odds getting slightly better to plus 360. They've fallen to number 2 because Ohio State had a huge jump up to plus 340. So Ohio State at number 1 in this week's Wiseguys top 10. Bananas. Scott,
I know you changed. Oh, we could go back and watch the other shows. It's really interesting the way that things are moving around this year. Like, it's not the same. Like, it's the same. Obviously, these are the same teams.
The top 4 haven't shifted a whole lot.
But the way the odds are moving is interesting to me because
what do you want to know about these odds? Because I do keep track of the odds, and I can pull up what anybody has been at any week of the year.
I just feel like we've never had anyone lower than like a plus 300, plus 275, maybe. Like, there's never been anyone that's been pulled that far away, but I feel like there's really big tiers.
Georgia was plus 280. Georgia was plus 280 in week 1 and week 2. They've slowly fallen back since then. But they were the best. And it's always been like the top 3 and then number 4. Now that top 4 is kind of condensed a little bit with Alabama coming in at plus 800. I am shocked that Texas, who looks fantastic, they're the AP number 1. They're absolutely killing it. They're only at plus 500 odds.
Yeah, but dude, because think about it. There's 3 SEC teams here. 2 of them got to go.
Don't. That's the thing, Mookie. They don't have.
No, they don't.
They don't have to go
that's
at
how
all.
that works now. Like this is exactly what they wanted.
No, I mean, literally, there's only one group.
Sure. Sure. They're right, but they all will make the playoffs.
Okay, guys, maybe what I'm trying to say is if you had those 3 separated in different conferences, I feel like we'd see lower lines on all of them.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't think that's the case, Mookie. Because look, okay, let's get into what the playoff.
Can you prove me wrong?
No, I can't prove you.
Well, then
wrong.
I'm basically right.
Oh, God damn it! What a you can't prove Trump,
wrong,
everybody.
so
Jesus.
I'm basically right. That's amazing logic.
You know what? That's the same logic that people use when they're like, God exists. Can't prove that he doesn't. I'm right. You're wrong.
Boom, lawyer. Hey, I'm just trying to, be more like the common people out here, right?
Let's talk about this bracket and really confuse Mookie. This was this is this week's bracket. Ohio State at number 1, Georgia at number 2, Miami, Florida at number 3, Utah at number 4. So those are your top 4 seeds based on conference championships.
God, fucking Utah.
Then you've got Texas versus Boise State on the 5-12 line. Bama versus Clemson on that 6-11 line. The winner of that would take on the U. Oregon versus Penn State in a winner goes home after they lose to Georgia in the next round game. And then Tennessee, Ole Miss would then go on to take on Ohio State. So if I'm looking at this correctly, fellas, Ohio State versus Texas, Georgia versus Alabama, 3 SEC teams move on to the semifinals. And then we end up with an all SEC championship. Like, that's either that or it's going to be Ohio State and Georgia. And what are we even doing?
It's what they wanted all along, baby.
You know what is interesting though is that it still sorts out just like Vegas predicted.
I mean, not really.
It does because the Utah Utes have to have the number 4 spot as the champion of the Big 12. Look at that. Huh?
Look at you.
Look at that. Figure that one out.
Learning after only 2 years of doing this, you're finally starting to pick up.
I still don't know why Boise's in there, though, other than they got a cool blue field still. But
they are the Group of 5 champion, the highest ranked Group of 5 champion.
Why are we wasting our time? Like, why are we wasting our time with that? Like, no one. If we're not playing on your blue field, like, no one gives a fuck.
That's a good point. Also, Matt Barr saying James Madison should be in over Boise State. And they're really good. James Madison. Them Dukes went into North Carolina. Did you see what they did in North Carolina? 70 points. They put up 70 points in the game. They gave up 50. Very bad defense. What is that? The Cincinnati. they got the Bengals defense playing. They gave up 50, but still won because they put up 70. Goodness gracious, James Madison. Keep an eye on them. They might take that number 12 spot. Who knows? Sorry, I blacked out. What just happened?
James Madison got the shine they deserved. That's what it was.
70 points. Mac Brown didn't want to go. Like there were rumors that he quit in the locker room after the game. There were like and then they had to come out and be like, no. He was just really emotional and he'll be back to work tomorrow. He'll be here, I promise. But it was like Mac Brown came out to the locker room and was like, I don't even want to fucking be here anymore. Did we just put up James Madison just put up 70 on us? I don't want to be here.
Sweet Jesus, I forgot that Mac Brown was at North Carolina. That's how bad it was. God bless America.
How old is that creaky dinosaur?
70-ish. 70 plus.
That's it? I feel like him and Biden graduated at the same time, basically.
That's malarkey.
What is malarkey, actually? And you're right, this is probably the 7th.
Mac Brown is 73.
Really?
Yes.
God, I feel like he's been 65 for 30 years.
That's the key to looking good when you're older, is you just look old when you're younger. Then when you're older and you look the same, people are like, looks pretty good. Wouldn't have guessed that. I thought he was 100 12 years ago, but no. He's
interesting.
It's happening to Steve Martin. People are like, Steve Martin's how old?
Dude,
that was that old like 20 years ago.
63. I tell you what.
Steve Martin looked
like
in the 50s. Like that's how old.
Yeah, well, dude, when we were kids, I was like, oh yeah, he's a grandpa. Now you're like, oh, he's like just now a grandpa. Oh, all right. Cool. Weird.
All right, so the changes in the bracket, Gabe pointing out, do they really think Penn State is going to beat Michigan or OSU this year? Why couldn't they beat Michigan?
I don't know. I mean, when you beat an up-and-coming national championship contender in USC when going, 7 for 12 for 32 yards?
32 yards passing against USC.
I mean, hell, anything could happen.
That is the most Big Ten stat I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God. Michigan wins a game against ranked USC by throwing the ball for 32 yards. That's insane. That's Big Ten football, baby. All right, fellas, let's talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Quick story out of the baseball world. CJ Abrams. Mookie, do you know this story? Do you know who CJ Abrams is?
He plays in the bigs for the that team on the West Coast.
Wrong on both accounts. Both accounts, actually. Wrong on both accounts. CJ Abrams was in the bigs. He played for the Nationals. He was an all-star. But he just recently got sent down.
I saw that, actually. Yeah, they demoted him because he was out at the casino all night. They didn't say if he won or lost, though. Like, bro, like you can't just finish the story.
Why did I know that's exactly where you were going to go with that story? I'm like, well, was he up? Was he up?
I mean, because if he's out there because he's rolling hot and he rolls in the ballpark, like that's good vibes. Like that should be punished. Now, if he was out all night trying to catch a loss and like get himself back even, then like send him down.
My man was up until 8 a.m. at the casino on the day of a 1 p.m. start. Like he had a day game. and was out at the casino until 8 a.m. So they were like, you know what? We got to send you down. Like, we can't have this.
Well, it also helped that he's been like not good this season too. Like he's been underperforming their expectations and got busted at the casino until 8 a.m. Like usually a pretty toxic combo for, staying in the bigs if you're borderline to begin with.
I do love that. That is my favorite story from the week. Is I just felt like that would be Mookie if he was in the major leagues, just out at a casino.
He was playing any professional sports. Just I was out gambling all night. Has only one game a week in the NFL. Would pick Saturday night to be out till fucking 5 a.m. gambling. He'd be in bed by 9 the rest of the week Saturday night. We're gonna burn this motherfucker down. I got a game tomorrow.
I'm chasing.
You don't get to choose when Lady Luck comes a calling, boys. Let me just tell you that.
College football is only played on Saturday, baby.
Facts.
Coach, I couldn't make curfew. I had gambling to do.
Utah State was playing Hawaii. I had
this money ain't gonna make itself. That's why your ass stay broke, Coach.
Miller for 3. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
That was good. Nobody got. That was.
I was
good.
gonna say. I like how none of us got.
Well, because what the hell was this dude's name again?
CJ Abrams.
Abrams, not Anderson. All right.
It's just name that starts with A. Just put it in. See what happens.
Why won't Google answer what I'm saying? It should know what I'm saying.
Right? They got that AI and shit. They should know. Like, come on.
CJ Anderson didn't bring up shit.
Figure it out.
I'm getting a bunch of Xavier articles.
I searched PJ Quatterson and it didn't tell me who it is. And this is bullshit. It should know. Google should know. The other big story from baseball, obviously, Shohei gets the 50-50 club, Scott. He did it in Miami. It was cool, I guess. The video, though, did you see the video of the ball, like the record-breaking ball? It's not really a record. It's just like a cool thing. But the ball landed in like this viewing area. There was a scuffle for it. It was actually pretty intense to see these people go after the ball. The ball bounces a few times. People go diving under the table for it. There is a mad scuffle. You just see feet in the air. It is the complete drum for this baseball. And then some dude eventually comes out on top, fist pumping with the ball in his hand. You can see it right there. I want to stop it right there. Because did you notice how he came out from under that pile, fellas? Did you see exactly what happened there?
Nope.
We'll go back just a little bit here. Watch how this dude comes out of this pile with the ball. Do you see the yank? Did you see him yank that?
Yeah, he took it from a kid, I hope.
An 18-year-old, a dude was there celebrating his 18th birthday, and he claims that he had the ball, but that guy jumped on his back, put his arm, like his legs around the guy's arm, so he had his arm trapped by his knees, pulled the ball away from him, and then celebrated.
I mean,
you're fucking 18-year-old. You're grown ass man. Gotta learn, motherfucker.
Gabe, I had the same question too. Gabe asking, why is that chick FaceTiming?
Yeah, that was the biggest concern. Like, why was she FaceTiming in that moment?
Like, have you guys
game's just made, and I'm watching a bunch of idiots scrum for it.
Like, people will do that. They'll go to the FC game, and they'll be on FaceTime the whole fucking game. Like, I'll buy one ticket, and then I'll get in here, and I'll FaceTime the entire family, and then they can watch the game through my iPhone. Like, why is that the move?
Good point. I didn't even notice the FaceTiming.
That's why I thought you were pausing it, because it was like, yo, check this out.
I thought that's what you were going to call out, was her FaceTiming.
Some dude just on his couch at home.
It'd be different too. Well, I don't know. I can't see what her camera is. Maybe she's got the forward facing and she's showing him the moment and the fight that's going on afterwards. And
let's rewind and play it over, because I do want to see how that guy got in there, because I'm curious just how he got his legs around someone.
Yeah, you can see the dive that he made, and very loud on the audio. So, I apologize to the audio only audience. You can find the video right here is where he's under the pile at this point. He dives over. Now he's fighting with this kid. There's just a melee underneath the table. And the yank. And
oh, yeah, he totally did, too. You can see it now.
It's a clear as day yank. So there you go. That ball is worth $250,000 to $300,000 is what it's estimated.
Well, that kid should have held on stronger than if you wanted $500,000 or $250,000. Jesus. Get good.
Get good.
One more story for you guys. Oh, Sarah said FTK or almost kid. Matt Barr is saying the Pirates DFA'd Rowdy Tells 4 at-bats shy of a $200,000 bonus. He needed 425 at-bats, and he got 421. There you go. That's from one ownership group that's being dicks to another. Did you see what the A's are doing, Scott, for this last weekend?
Oh God, what now? I might have seen it. I've seen all sorts of fucking headlines from the final Mets weekend. Or the final A's weekend. It's just been a shit show, dude.
So they are trying to entice people to come out to the last game by offering replica Oakland A's Coliseum statues. The first 25,000 fans get it. So the fans originally started to they were like, you know what? Fuck them. Let's sell out the game before and then nobody go to the last game so that they're stuck with 25,000 replicas of the Coliseum. But they decided, no, we're going to go to the last game. What they found out, though, was that it wasn't given to the first 25,000 fans. Instead, the first 25,000 fans got a voucher that upon exit you could redeem for a replica.
What?
That's awesome.
What? So, and I'm guessing there's a certain amount of time. You barely had to be there for the whole fucking game.
And I'm sure there was something that was like, it's sixth inning or later, probably seventh inning when they stopped serving beer. That's when they're like, go ahead, now you can leave. We don't care anymore. But yeah, that was the play, was the voucher. Now, internet sleuths are like, well, the reason why they're doing that is because they know if they give this to us at the start of the game,
then we won't show up. Right? Yes.
No, all 25,000 of those are getting thrown on the field or at the owner's box throughout the game.
Oh, that too.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
No, they just won't show up. But either way, that's a hilarious way to get it to hold, unintentionally. They're trying to avoid people just come collect them, then they'll leave. They won't be in. They'll sell them on eBay. They'll embarrass us. So you know how we should fix this? We should essentially hold them hostage. Come to the game, and you're not allowed to leave until a certain time in order to get your prize. What a way for the A's to make a final impression on their fan base. One last time, we're going to hold y'all hostage.
Let me take you one step further, Scott. How genius would it have been if Arthur Blank would have done it, right? Hey, come on down for my Ring of Honor ceremony induction, get free hot dogs on the way out of the game.
After the Ring of Honor.
After the Ring of Honor ceremony. You can get your free hot
Free
dogs.
glizzies to go, everybody. Free glizzies to go. All right, fellas, let's talk about these beers. Oh, real quick.
A's owners are like, free fucking what? Hell no. You ain't getting shit. Last time here, we're taking all the funds.
Real quick before we go, Gabe said, "Are the White Sox going to make history?" Scott,
Yes.
God, I hope so.
You and your
Yes, and it's coming, y'all. Chris and I are gonna do another episode of the pod. We promise.
he's been missing that backwards case.
Yeah, no, schedule conflicts, subject conflicts, but yes, playoffs about to be in full swing. We will be back hopefully this Monday. I think is the plan. We said we were like, hey, get an episode out before the end of September, and I looked and I was like, oh, that's September 30th, so I guess technically we'll be doing it. So, but White Sox are going to make history. It's fucking amazing. It's so
Poor
good.
Grady Sizemore.
They're
He
so
deserves
bad.
better.
So bad. He willingly signed up for it though, so fuck it.
That's true. It's his fault. By the way, Tank said, I would watch a movie where Lou Holtz dies and his spirit passes into Mike's body. Lou tries to take it out over, but Mike is still in there. hilarity ensues. So just me battling with Lou Holtz's spirit inside of me.
Yes,
I'd watch that movie.
I would watch that.
All right, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. Rate them on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what was in your mug, dog or no dog?
I went back to 450 North Brewing Company's Blue Moon Scoop, rather. Just a fucking amazing concoction of flavors and a sour. Get your sour on from 450. It's the doggiest of the dog.
Mookie, what was in your mug, dog or no dog?
Oolong Kolsch from a brewery. It was good,
Hey,
though.
brewery!
I ain't going down that rabbit hole again. It was solid. It was a dog. I think it just needed to like settle and warm up a bit, and then those flavors all evened out, and I'd do it again. I say that about almost everyone, but I stand by it.
I'm questioning Canada's thinking here, Mookie, because this is Hops and Robbers, a dry hopped IPA. Great beer. I'll give it dog status. It tastes fantastic. But it says strong beer is what it says on the label, and it's 5.7%. And I'm like, Canada, that's cute. You think that's strong? That's like that's like, do you even lift, bro?
Robert
like,
Taylor brushes his teeth with that beer. I get it.
5.7 is what we put in our coffee in the morning to get through the day. Like, that's nothing, bro. That's not strong. It's a dog, though. It's good beer. Flavor's good. Absolutely a two-brusher, at least. Fellas, this is the show. We talked a lot about, like, putting things in butts and
much about things in butts. But you know what? At least now we know if we have to put something in our butt, what to buy at Taco Bell. It's the important thing.
And cheese sauce, baby.
Let's go. Hell.
Oh no, Scott went blank there as the music started.
I'd like a gallon of cheese sauce, please. Would you like any tacos with that? Nope, just some cheese sauce. Got a party I'm going to. Just some cheese sauce.
But Sarah's right. Consent first. 11th commandment.
That's always important.
Shout out, dog.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this stupid show that we do every week. We really appreciate all the comments. You truly are the fourth hosts, and we appreciate all you guys. Be sure to sub to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Tell a friend to sub. Help us out. Let's grow this bitch. We got some traction on that Chargers video, Mook. There were some people that did not like that take, but now I'm not watching the NFL because of the Bengals, not because of the Chargers. So
it's all worked out in your favor.
Every week there will be a new reason why I don't watch football anymore. How about that? Be sure to sub. Tell your friends to sub. Help us out. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Crafty Sports. We're on all of those. And join the Facebook group. It's the show in between the show. The comment section come to life, and also the place where my dad's Facebook profile got hacked and he tried to sell like a shed and a boat in there. So go join that. It's fun. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. On the Belly Up Sports Media Network. Go sub, rate, review for all of those pods. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Back-to-back fantasy baseball champion is bitch!
Oh, God. You'll never walk alone. Horns up.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.